like I hate him and I hate turtlenecks so much, that much that I would like just sense that. Like, so I hate
It's
Derek.
it's like a spider eating a peppermint for me.
The two worst things for you, spiders and mints. Not a spider eating a peppermint.
Then breathing his hot breath in my
crawling
face.
up to you and it's going,
yeah.
do you have a time to talk about your car's extended warranty?
And I'd be like, oh, what is this?
Oh my god. All right, I'm in. All right, damn it. Welcome to another episode of Get Out My Room. I am your host, Trey LaShae, and I have with me my best friend of all time, right there, somewhat in the flesh, Nikki J. How are you doing today?
Today, I think I'm gonna go by J-Grizz.
J-Grizz? So yes, welcome back to the show. It's good to have you.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I thought you were gonna finish it out, but
that's the only part I know. not as cultured as you might think.
Well, J-Grizz in the building. So it's good to have you back on the show today. How's your week going?
You know, and any week with no work is a good week, so I'm not gonna complain. How have you been doing?
I've been working tirelessly. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been thinking about a lot of different things lately. One of the first things I would like to get off my chest, if you don't mind me doing so, is my hatred for turtlenecks.
Let it out.
I hate them so much. And
it's funny that you say that, because I've not seen a turtleneck in like 2 weeks, and the second you said that, I looked up and there was a turtleneck on my screen. So it's a bit concerning, right? It's a little weird.
A little bit. Yeah. So now that's even more fuel for me to hate turtlenecks. But
just popping up
out of nowhere. And then, like, I was gonna say too, like, I feel like I've only just recently figured out why it is that I hate turtlenecks, because for a really long time I just didn't understand my hatred for it. Like, I really thought it was just misplaced anger. But I believe it is because, to me, turtlenecks are deceitful.
Deceitful?
They are deceitful because I feel like anybody wearing a turtleneck, specifically like either a white man or, and honestly, it doesn't even have to be a white man, because sometimes black men in turtlenecks, can't trust them.
Villainous. Yeah.
Villainous. Very villainous. Yes. It's like, what are you hiding? What is this? You know what I mean? Like, the neck, if you think about it, is one of the most vulnerable parts of a human being, right? And you cover that, and what do you have? You're a cold human being with a turtleneck. And I can't trust you. I don't know what your intentions are with me. You're not even comfortable enough to show me your neck? Like, what's going on with that? You know what I mean? And it's just something about that. And I feel like it's also pretentious. I feel like only narcissists wear turtlenecks. And in every movie that there is a turtleneck, that person is in fact you can't trust them. You can't trust them. Like, so I think a lot of my hatred for turtlenecks stem from that fact. And also, they're just uncomfortable. I hate them.
You lay it out like that, it makes perfect sense. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I had to like really dig deep for that one day. I really even like, I think I had a conversation with a friend, this friend, And one night we were just, I don't know, we got back on that subject of turtlenecks because that comes up like once every few months. And I just had a moment of I just ranted and ranted and ranted until I was just like, I got to that point and I said, those motherfuckers, turtlenecks are deceitful. That is why. That's why I can't do it. I can't do it. So I think it was something that I needed to get off my chest for a really long time. I'm glad that I was able to identify that. And I feel like that's growth.
I'm happy you let that out.
Me too. I don't know. It's just like a weight lifted almost. So I'm glad that that's out there in the world. I hate turtlenecks. Death to turtlenecks.
Yeah, I'm on it. I support you.
Yeah. So that was my rant for the day. I don't know if you had any rants or anything that you
not anything I can think of at the moment. I think that's pretty much all that need to be said today.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. That was a very strong viewpoint, and I mean, I'm sorry for being so aggressive in the beginning of what's supposed to be a delightful podcast, but it just needed to be said. I think it just needed to be said. I'm okay with that. So,
yeah, like wearing masks on your neck. I get you.
Yeah, it is like wearing masks on your neck. Like I don't trust that. I don't trust that. So, with all that being said, though, that's my hatred for turtlenecks and my rant for the day. Moving forward, let's get to it because I'm excited. I am excited to discuss today. Well, this honestly is an episode that we have been meaning to do for a while now, and I'm just really excited that we're actually getting to do this. But I think we need to discuss it. I think we need to discuss the dumbest TV deaths that because you and I we watch a lot of TV together.
We watch an uncomfortable amount of TV for two people who are not in the same place. We watch a lot of TV together.
Two people who are not in the same place and work full-time jobs on top of that. Who
I'm telling you,
we just find the time sometimes to just go through entire series sometimes and just I don't know. But yeah, I think we've discussed this before, especially with certain shows.
You want to talk rants today? This will be the day. This will be it.
This is the day.
Hurry up to get into this. I got bones to pick.
Look, before we even started, there was a clip I saw that I cannot wait to go in on. So let's just get started right away.
Let's get to it. You know what? So you have 5, right? If I'm correct, you have 5.
Yes, that's
all right. So I have 4 and an honorable mention because there was just one that I just had to mention, and I'll go ahead and mention that later on. But you go ahead and get started since you have more. That way we'll end you me, and we can get down to the nitty gritty on this.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna kick this off. I think we should do. How do you want to do this? Should we add a point system? Should we I feel like.
I mean, you might win this one, but we can keep a point system.
You know what? I think what we can do. I think I have a bit of an idea. I think what we can do is just run down the list of shit that we have. Right. I'm gonna go from my list of 5. I'm gonna go dumb to dumbest. Number 1 is the dumbest TV death.
All right.
And then what we can do afterward is maybe we do a would you rather. So I'm gonna go with that real quick. I'm gonna probably we'll think as we go, but this is how we're gonna start that. So today, let's see. I'm gonna have to pull this up. Give me a 1 moment. You know what? Let's while I'm doing all this, let's talk about that for a second. So I think that you look perfectly fine, but sometimes we just don't feel that way about ourselves. So J-Grizz, that's the name, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, so J-Grizz decided that she wanted to remain anonymous today. So, and that is perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. This is a safe space, a safe room. So whenever you feel like you want to reveal yourself, do so. It may not be today, may not be tomorrow, may not be next episode, but
yeah,
it is what it is, and I fully support you 1000%, best friend.
and also, y'all, like, I got to be truthful here. And sometimes when you have a full-time 9 to 5 in certain areas, in certain, work areas, you really can't speak your truth. So, this allows me to kind of be a little more open and honest and not have the fear of really losing my job. So,
that's true. That's truly understandable. I don't care that much about my job. So, but I totally get it. Wait a second. Is this the full scene? I have to see if this is the full scene first before.
I was really about to say, sometimes you have to hide who you are to be who you are. That sounds like a Michael Scott quote.
I mean, honestly, though, there's some truth to that. This is why I think for a really long time, like, I don't know if you know me well enough, which I know you do. No one else will. But I've always wanted to be a mascot. Like,
that's what I felt like.
Yeah. I always wanted to be a mascot because I felt like you could be yourself the most behind the suit, and so you could be as free as you wanted to be. And that's what I loved about the idea of being a mascot. I did get to fulfill that dream 2 years ago, and it was the best experience in a suit I've ever had. I've never been in a suit, actually. So it was just really fun, and I would love to do that again. But I totally understand what you mean by being your truest self sometimes in the anonymous, and how do you say that?
Anonymity.
Anonymity. No, I still didn't say it right. Anonymity.
That sounded right.
Anonymity. That sounded like how Tommy Pickles would say it.
Or whatchamacallit, didn't they say that on Finding Nemo?
And yeah, I think they did. Like, what was it?
Anonymity or something
like that. Shit, I don't know, but yes. Alrighty. So for my first death, I'm going to go with Derek Shepherd. This is how his dumbass dies. Also, I'll get into that in a moment. Oh, baby. Oh.
She told me not to.
Oh my god. As you can see, oh god, I had tears coming from my eyes. And I was trying not to like bust out right then and there. But as you can see, this dumbass decided, I'm gonna check my phone while my car is horizontal in the middle of the road. Oh wait, my phone. Oh, what's happening? Like, so okay. So honestly, this is the backstory of my feelings on Derek. I hate Derek, almost as much as I hate turtlenecks. So, and honestly,
I hate Derek.
Matter of fact, I'm almost certain Derek has worn a turtleneck on one of those episodes before, and I hated it then.
You called out the episode. That was the worst part, is that the episode started and you were like, oh, there's something about this episode. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then, like, literally the second he showed me, he goes, that's what it is. He's wearing a turtleneck.
Like, fucking knew it. I just had I hate him and I hate turtlenecks so much. That much that I would like just sense that. Like, so I hate Derek.
It's like a spider eating a peppermint for me.
the two worst things for you, spiders and mints. Not a spider
Derek in
eating a
turtleneck.
peppermint.
Then breathing his hot breath in my
crawling
face.
up to you and it's going.
Yeah. Do you have a time to talk about your car's extended warranty? And I'd be like, oh, what is this?
Oh my god. All right. So my reasoning for hating Derek is honestly, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but if you haven't seen Grey's Anatomy by now, then you need to just go ahead and watch it and you'll understand my hatred for Derek. I really do feel like he was just the absolute like worst type of person, especially when it came to Meredith. So there's a lot of reasoning for me behind that, but that's not what this is about. The point is he's dead, okay, and I'm cool with that. I am A-okay with that. What I am not cool with, however, is the way that he went out, being the one of the dumbest. Like, if you're gonna do it right. Well, honestly, the death I feel like is fitting to how I feel about Derek. So it is what it is. Needless to say, that was the dumbest way to die. One of the dumbest ways to die, at least. But that shit was wild. That was truly stupid. Truly stupid.
Yeah, he like for to be such a smart man, he really pulled up horizontal to the street, gets back in his car like, whoo, boy, what a trip.
Not just a smart man, not just a smart, he's a neurosurgeon. He literally operates on people's brains. And he decided, yes, this is
That's
the perfect time
man.
to fucking, yeah, no, it was all on him. And people can argue that the doctor in charge of saving his life could have gotten him the CAT scan or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. He wouldn't have even been in that position had he not done what he just did. And that is why
now's
he's on
a
the
good
list.
time to mention that there will be spoilers after we have spoiled such a pivotal point of the show.
Some of these, though, a lot of mine anyway, they're spoilers, but they're not. It's like they're so. Anyway, they're old enough to where it's like, if you haven't seen this by now, then oh well, you deserve to have it.
You didn't plan on it,
right? Yeah. Exactly, and you don't plan on it going forward. Unless you do, then go ahead. If not for anything else but those moments. So, but yes, that was definitely on my list right there. It's number 5.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So is it my turn now?
It is your turn, indeed.
All right. So I'm gonna start with a little death that it's not as humorous, not as funny, but it was dumb to say the least. Much like Derek's, doesn't hit you in the laughs, but man, it was just stupid. It's a stupid thing. So,
okay.
For any of you familiar with American Horror Story, each season is a different story, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know where I'm going with this, I'm going to none other than season 3. And for any of you fans, you will know that season 3 is the best season because it is the coven season with the witches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, toward the middle-ish, endish of the season, they have to take a test. And I'm not going to give too much away because this is a bit of a newer show and there are people still watching American Horror Story. But they involve tests. And one of those tests are transmutation, which is the ability to teleport. So the girls take it upon themselves to play a game of tag that goes horribly.
I was about to say, this just sounds awful. let's get to it. This sounds
Let's
ridiculous.
get to the video. Let's see. All right. Here we go. So they're playing tag, right? Having a ball.
Mm-hmm.
This one decides to get a little bold. Yep.
Did she just fly off?
Transmutation. They're teleporting, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
And this dumbass right here.
This is just teleport. Hold on. Wait. Oh no. Run that back.
If you want, you can go back to about a minute or so. And then you can see them all playing the game. But yes, tag, you're it, right? They disappeared. Tag, you're it. They're playing tag. It's a witch. It's one of the trials of one of the 7 trials, I believe. I don't know. I haven't seen this in so long, but yeah, they have different trials that they have to pass, and one of them is transmutation. So they have to be able to do this pretty much, which they all can do very well, as you can see. And this one right here, you know, Emma Roberts, who really stole the season. I ain't gonna lie, her and Gabourey took this one. And this heifer right here, I don't know why she dressed like she just got the hospital. But that's beside the point.
Her stupid self looked like she would have done that.
Yep. And she was like the main character of the season for some dumb reason. And here we go. Black Owl. To the fence.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Just impaled herself. And I was like watching it. What the laugh you gave me is the reaction I had watching this. And she legit died. She was dead. Like main character of the show, deceased. And I was like, what? Like they did that. And of course, it's American Horror Story, so nothing is certain. But still, like they literally killed off the main character like halfway through the season.
That was a good one.
It was dumb.
Truly give you points for that one because what the fuck? That was practically a suicide.
Like there were no accidents. She literally could have just not teleported.
She could have not teleported. She literally didn't even have to do that. Like
they just warned her. They said, "Be careful, it's not a game." And she said, "Game who?" Like it. She had all this space, and the one place she ended up was in the middle of an iron rod fence.
Ooh, wow. That's something. That's definitely something. I ain't gonna lie about that one. That was much better.
I knew that. I knew you had not seen this show, and I knew that would be unexpected from you.
Yeah, I definitely. That's gonna get you a point. That's much better than the Derek scene. Absolutely.
Well, I'll take it.
So you got the point on that one. Round one there. Let's see, and I'm gonna write these points down here. We had Derek as a contender, and that bitch who impaled herself. So that's you right there. All right.
And for all of our listeners, like we will try our best to truly describe these scenes at hand.
Oh yes. We have
many of you have seen these, and we'll tell you the show. We'll tell you exactly where to find them. So if you want to look them up, please feel free to, because they are worth the watch.
There's actually a couple of things I want to address before we get to our next one. First things first. Yes, this I forgot to acknowledge this, but this is the very first video podcast episode that I'm doing here, and so I think that deserves to be celebrated because, I mean, I'm not typically one to show my face on camera, but we're doing it. So
better than me.
And honestly, I'm not gonna say that because you're bold even for still getting on. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think this is just awesome. And I hopefully can do this well enough for you guys to enjoy and want more. Secondly, second thing I would like to address. First of all, I just want to thank my listeners too. I do see you guys. I want to acknowledge that. I do see you guys. I see the listens coming in, and I'm very, very, very thankful for it. I just, I make this for selfish reasons. But selfish in a good way, because I like the fact that I can just vent and get whatever I want to say out. It's a nice creative outlet for me, and I like to entertain. So hopefully this is entertaining for you guys, but I do thank you guys for listening, and hopefully we can get some feedback from you guys, and you can just let us know what you want to hear next. But thank you guys. I do really appreciate you guys for listening. So that's the second thing. And third, yes, for our listeners, our actual listeners, if you do not have, for whatever reason, you don't have access to YouTube or you don't have access to the video podcast, you can always, listen to us on Spotify, Breaker, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. I should be doing all of this at the end of the show, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Needless to say, we're going to describe to you what we're seeing here rather than you seeing it, obviously. So everybody who can clearly see what's happening, there you go. We're going to describe to our listeners what's happening here. So that way you're all in the loop, So, yeah.
Inclusion.
With all that, exactly.
What we're about.
Exactly. And that's all we're ever going to be about. So with that being said, our next death. Whew. Okay. This is the one.
Round 2.
This is the one I have been gearing up for, to be quite honest with you. This shit right here. Look, all right. Let me
it's funny because you told me your whole list, and I'm still curious to see which one it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I
still don't know which one this is going to be, and I'm still excited.
I'm so eager to get to it. So let's see. What we got here? Oh, I can't even keep my shit together.
Like pre cracking up over there.
I can't, bro. I just can't with this. All right. My next dumbest death. I have Mitch Leary, A.K.A Dawson Leary's dad from Dawson's Creek. And yeah, here we go. Can you hear that?
To show you.
Yes.
Okay. Never go home again.
Thanks for the joy that you give.
Oh my gosh, the song.
That's what, bro. That's honestly like the cherry on top right now.
He was jamming. And for how dumb he looks right now, I feel like this is me every time I'm driving in the car.
You help me along.
I'm confident.
Making me strong. Oh, give me the beat, boys. Free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away.
No, they did not touch by an angel him out of this world.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. We've had this conversation before, but the thing that gets me so much is how, like, what was the goal going down there? Were you just gonna like you're driving, you're jamming out, you throw your wrist too hard, ice cream hits the floor. What is your next thought? Are you going to bend over going 40 miles an hour, head completely under the dash? Are you just gonna like whole fist that ice cream like it's a snowball? Are you gonna eat it?
So I've been waiting so long to go in on this clip because first of all, the fact that you decided that it was a bright idea to get 2 scoops of ice cream on a cone while you're driving. All right, so that's already reckless. He was feeling brave. All right, then he gets in the truck and he decides, I'm going to air drum with the double scooped ice cream. This man didn't want to live. Like, he definitely had plans to kill himself that night. That doesn't make any absolutely no sense to me. Like, literally then decides, oh my God, the ice cream. Well, let me, first of all, who's picking up a scoop of ice cream from the floor? It's not like you dropped a Twizzler on the floor or something. And even if you did, why are you not pulling either at the very least pulling over to clean this up, or just waiting until you get to a stopping point? This nigga said, in the middle of a dark highway, a dark road, I'm gonna turn. They take the sharp turn, and I'm going to pick up this ice cream.
But I have a few things to add to that too. I've been in this situation where I have spilled a milkshake on my floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, it's immediate pullover, no questions asked. Like, it is literally, it's the worst thing to spill inside of a vehicle is ice cream. Like sauce, debatable. Ice cream is the worst. And I had to pull over and deal with that. But my thing is, you're driving. This doesn't seem like a busy road, but it's also not like a neighborhood street. So my question is, how do you not see those headlights? You were down there for 8 seconds.
Not to mention, bro, it's hella dark. It's a dark road. So
you're gonna see the car.
You're gonna see the headlights. Like, there's no way you didn't think that. No, I'm sorry. We gotta run that back. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I have to realize this again. This is just ridiculous. This is absolutely asinine.
Right, empty road. He's going like 13 miles an hour.
Why?
Right.
Why?
So
Why are you doing this?
Then he unbuckles his
Which
I've done.
But not for
eyes on the road,
cream.
please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did that car come from?
This is so infuriating. That car dropped from the sky. That was like that irrational fear that I tell you I always have, where like yes. I'm in the dead ass road. It's just me, but that car just went boom, zoom. Like, you're ready. Like, I don't know.
Waiting.
Shit. Please don't do this to me. Not right now.
Well, you never finished it either, I guess.
No. I did. You remember?
You did? Okay.
Yeah, we went back.
Oh, yeah.
God. So
that was another dumb death, but
it was dumb for other reasons, though, not for the reasons we're listing.
Yeah.
But yes, that was that's one. To be quite honest with you, I juggled with that and like 2 other ones, but I felt like out of the ones that I had, that one, it was dumb. It was dumb. It wasn't quite the dumbest, but it was dumb. I didn't think it could get dumber than that until it did. But
it was stupid.
It was straight stupid.
Whole palm, a ball of ice cream. And what were you gonna do with it?
So you could, and then he would have driven home uncomfortably like this.
That's what I'm saying. Or were you gonna roll down the window and chuck it like a snowball? Like, what was the outcome? That's what's getting me. I want to know the outcome.
The outcome was death, clearly, but the intent behind it, who the hell knows? Now, mind you, this was right before. This was right after he and Dawson had gotten into a fight about Dawson not wanting to go to school or whatever. I don't know. You ever plan on watching Dawson's Creek, you'll see that. This is not important, but it is just to add a kind of a sad element to this, even though it was hilarious to me. That was fucking hilarious. Down to the song. But to add...
Dumb.
It was just so fucking stupid. So to add to the sadness of it, they had actually gotten into a fight, and that was the last thing that Dawson basically, like, that was the last encounter Dawson had with his dad. So yeah, that made it sad, but that right there was very hard. It was very hard for me to be really like upset about that death. For a multitude of reasons, but that mostly being the biggest reason as to why the fuck why didn't you just leave the ice cream on the floor?
Right.
Just leave it on the floor.
That's the only one, really.
And then, yeah, like you said, where'd that car come from? Because it seems like the headlights came in rather quickly. Like, there was just no warning time, no nothing. So if that is the case,
for literally 4 seconds,
I could totally see how he went head on into this car, because what? But that was absolutely my number 4 dumbest death for sure. And that, honestly, God, that was stupid.
All right, so I'm coming in with my number 4, which honestly should be my number 3, but I gotta compete with Dawson's daddy, so I'll take the L in the next round.
Okay,
I gotta give it all I got right now. So
you were like, no, I'm going for it. I'm going for the kill.
Yeah, we're going for it. All right. So My next clip comes to us from a pretty little show called Last Man on Earth, where there was a season where like for like 6 episodes, the entire focus was to get a plane running so they could get help, right? They could find supplies, they could do something and just get out of town, really. So they spent all this time trying to get this plane to work because they had a pilot. Like, what are the odds at the end of the world you have someone who can fly the plane?
Right. But what are the odds that Last Man on Earth, he wasn't actually the last man on Earth?
Right. It was like a million men on Earth, actually.
Right.
So they finally get the plane to work. And this is takeoff. This is takeoff of the first plane that they've encountered and got to work. All right, so let's see how we can do this. All right. Share it.
Oh, good. Yeah, I forgot you're sharing your own screen now. Yes, I do.
All
oh
right.
my God.
And here we go. The pilot Louis Hahn and then pilot seat. All right.
Oh my God.
Hold on. So
it was the explosion that really just.
All right. So
the explosion did it for me.
that was like a 6 episode build up.
I do remember that.
They had all their eggs in that basket. It's just the build up and then just
oh my God.
Like, I've never felt true hopelessness, but I can imagine in that moment that's what it was.
That was truly the most hopeless anyone has probably ever felt.
Like, not only did they lose the pilot, but they lost the plane. Like, they lost everything.
It's just a matter of seconds.
It was bad.
Oh shit, that was a good one. That was a good one. Man, I don't really know. I don't know who to give the point to be honest with you, because
I think that's a draw.
That's a draw. It has to be, because
everybody lost on that one.
Nobody wins. That was, oh God, that was bad. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say we got a draw on the round 2, right there. Oh man. So that brings us to round 3. And let's see. Now. All right, so this next one is actually pretty it's pretty well known death. I think that sorry, I'm getting this prepared. Gotta find that clip. But yes, this is a pretty well-known death, and it's actually, I mean, it's quite funny, mostly because it's meant to be funny, but man. All right, go ahead and share this screen. Yes, so this is going to be Trevor from Fresh Prince, and let's see. All right, here we go.
Something that has plagued my nightmares since I was a child. Here we go.
Oh, there's Trevor.
Really? We'll discuss.
Well, I asked him to propose in a special way, but I never expected a bungee jump. What's a bungee jump?
He's going to propose while falling 300 feet on a giant rubber band.
Isn't it romantic?
Please, whatever happened to getting down on one knee?
Oh, Daddy, that's for old fogies.
I got down on one knee. Sustained.
Oh, Jeffrey, you shady bitch.
Look, there he goes.
Hillary Banks,
Yes, Trevor!
will you marry me?
Bruh. Can you imagine?
Smacks the ground. Will you marry me?
I ain't no bungee expert or nothing.
Oh, man.
But I don't think he's supposed to be slamming into the ground like that.
Please stand by. Great, the president's about to interrupt my marriage proposal.
Oh my gosh, she's
Yeah.
so
Let's
stupid.
just pray that Trevor's okay.
Hillary was so special, bro. Anyway, that was my that was definitely my death right there. I think hold on, that stupid thing. Still got the video playing there.
See, and that one for me as a kid, like the way they showed the little like twig body, that has stuck with me for years and years and years. Whenever I think of like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that is the first thing I think of. The staticky TV of Trevor's body laying on the ground, like Acme Corporation style.
It really was like a Looney Tunes type of death, like
Yes.
which is why it was chosen, because it was just so fucking dumb. Like it was the fact that it was publicly televised. This dude smacks dead into the ground, truly loses his life, and that was it. And it actually carried on. Like, it wasn't like a one and done like story. Like, Hillary actually had to get over this man's death for a few episodes, even though it was still funny the way it happened. But like, she actually she actually loved Trevor. So that's what made it funny. And I don't know, like, something about that. It's just stupid. It's cartoonish.
Yeah, it was,
you know,
it was comical.
It was very comical. Yes, absolutely. But yes, I don't know. That was definitely, like, honestly, now that in hindsight, I wish I could have like listed that just a little bit better. I feel like I would have put Dawson's daddy right after that. But I just thought it was stupid. It was stupid. So it went with the dumbest deaths, honestly.
Yeah, no, it definitely earned its spot for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause it was the reaction she had. It was just stupid.
I love like just the animation version of you. This guy's really got this person fucking bear squinting. It was just like your bear was truly squinting. Like,
Oh, I see.
it was like
It's funny.
all right, but yes,
Yeah,
that
no.
was,
So far, I'm liking this whole bear thing.
yeah, I like it. I'm digging it.
All right. So I guess it is my turn now.
It sure is.
All right. So I'm gonna click back over to a nice little sitcom called That 70s Show. And I know a lot of you are thinking, like, who died on that 70s show? Like, no one's literally died on that show. Well, lo and behold,
Except for the actor who played the sister in real life, but that's sad. That's
Oh, yeah,
actually
no.
sad. So no.
That's sad. No. For sitcom purposes,
Yeah.
you're probably wondering, racking your head around who died. But lo and behold, I have found the one death in the entire series, and it was a doozy. So I am going to share this now. Let's see here. All right. So it starts out with Eric Foreman, the main character of the show, in the car with his grandmother. And I'm not going to give a lot away because this is a sound. This is a sound
It's
bite
been
out of this
a
world.
really long time since I've seen that 70s show, so I'm sure it'll be funny to me.
All right. So here we go.
Well, you see, Grandma, that's the problem right there.
That fucking
Every
turtleneck.
time you come to my house, you spend the whole day criticizing my mom.
Well, I tell it like it is.
Okay, Grandma, then here's how it is. You're very nasty. And I don't see why you have to be so hateful. I don't think being nice for a whole day would kill you.
No.
Oh, God!
She literally died.
It was I think his reaction like helped it more than actual death.
That's the part. The second he hits the brakes, I lost it.
She's
Her
just like,
forehead, her forehead pops up.
Yeah,
Dashboard. Literally, that was the last thing he ever said to that woman, and she dropped dead.
Just she was truly lifeless.
Oh my god,
that was a good one. Yeah.
She'd rather die than be nice to his mother.
That's so petty.
That gives me a Cotton feels. Literally, she was like as heinous as Cotton.
Oh yeah, Cotton's death. Oh no, King
Yeah.
of the Hill. Yes, that was some
called it.
hateful shit. That was some hateful
Drop
shit.
dead.
There.
Oh my gosh.
I thought that the Simpsons had one too. I mean, other than the one that. Actually, let's just get to it. So, let me find this clip first. But yes, my next death. Okay, yeah, that one. All right, this next death really. Now you want to talk about deaths that are TV deaths that stuck with me. That was one that's really stuck with me since childhood. Like I saw that episode and fucking never forgot it. And like I searched till like I couldn't find it anymore. Like and I found it finally. So and then they started putting the episodes on Disney Plus and shit though. But anyway, let's see. All right. YouTube already knew what I meant. I wonder if they're gonna just get to it. Okay, cool. They added the funeral scene too, so I actually kind of want to watch through that. But yes. So yes, this one is Maude Flanders from The Simpsons. Flanders, Ned Flanders' wife. This shit right
When I
here.
got to ASU, I met Professor.
This one.
She's one of the first
Oldie
to
but goodie.
ever lead a NASA deep
This
space.
is definitely a good one.
Let's go. The dice! 8 seconds. Great job, boys.
Let's go. New tires. Come on.
Going as fast as we can, man. Hey, who are you?
Oh, how rude of me. My name is...
He really just came to get his tires changed.
Now, here's something for the guys.
Finally.
Let's hear it for Pandemonium.
Hey, racing fam! Who wants a free t-shirt?
I do. Wait, no, I don't.
A Ford urinating on a Chevrolet.
Don't you laugh at everything?
Chevrolet.
Yes, I do.
Come on, right here. I'm okay, folks.
I need a shirt. Give me a shirt.
Mommy has bosoms like that.
Yeah, I wish.
Eddie, I've had about all I can take of Homer Simpson's torso. I'll get some hot dogs.
No footlongs.
I know. They make you uncomfortable.
Well, I guess no one else wants a t-shirt.
I remember the scene in its entirety now.
You heard him, girls.
Hey, t-shirt.
Fire!
Ooh, a bobby pin.
Maude?
Oh, my Lord, she's dead.
Hard to believe we're never going to see Maude again.
And poor Ned didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Well, from now on, I'm never going to let you leave the room without telling you how much I love you and how truly special. This is really eating up a lot of time. Maybe just a pat on the butt. Yeah, that worked.
Now, homie, you know Ned and the boys need us, and you know what that means.
I know.
Oh my
No more
gosh.
being a jerk.
That's right.
The shirt's full on a tractor. Still not over that. Oh damn. Some of the characters
In
that
many
actually
ways,
died
Maude
The
Flanders
Simpsons
was
is
a
crazy.
supporting player in our lives. She didn't grab our attention with memorable catchphrases or comical accents.
Yar. Oh, Glavin, why, Glavin?
But whether you noticed her or not, Maude was always there. And we thought she always would be. My friend's life is about change. Just yesterday, Apu was a lonely bachelor.
Just thank God those days are over.
And the Van Houtens were enjoying a storybook marriage.
Yeah, lots of storybooks have witches. Shut up, Kirk. Sorry.
So now the good people at Fandemonium, as part of a generous settlement, will fire a 21 t-shirt salute.
These bitches showed up to the very thing that killed her. Bruh. That was funny. So yeah, that was my that was my second death right there. Maude Flanders, yes, that shit, like I saw that once as a child when they were airing like The Simpsons on WB at 6 o'clock as a kid. All right, I should have been doing my homework, but instead my ass was up in here trying to sneak and watch The Simpsons, and then that shit right there made me just bust out laughing, and I never forgot it. And I again, like I said before, I searched for years to find that death. Like I wanted to see the full episode, but like once they put it on Disney Plus, that was one of the first things I watched, and that shit was great. Just as funny as I remembered it. So yes, that had to go on the list, and it's still one of my top TV deaths, to be honest, because that shit was just too much. That was just too funny. Death by T-shirt cannon.
That one took a whole lot.
Yeah, that was great.
All right, so I will move this right along and jump into my number 2 spot, which, you know, it's not as funny as the other ones, but it was so unnecessary. In my opinion, it was so dumb. Like, it, of all the things to kill you, you had to go like this. And I'm just gonna say it is from a show called The Boys.
Oh, damn.
And I'm gonna leave.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I know which one it is. Oh no.
Leave it at that.
So okay.
It made no sense as to why this had to happen. But here we go.
Fuck, that was so unnecessary.
Here we go. Yeah, we got this man in the street just having a sweet moment with his girl, and poof.
Just gone.
Just gone in a matter of seconds. Okay,
Does this bitch even have a line before she went
I
out?
don't know if she spoke.
She just smiles and then boom.
And homeboy is just standing here. He's just trying to figure out
process what just happened.
I can't stop. Bruh. Robin? That
Bruh, that's the part. That was the part.
What? What do you do? What do you do?
I don't even know how you move forward from that. Like, I don't think any amount of therapy could help me get over something like that.
So for all my her listeners, I'm just guess here. What happened was he's standing there about to go in for a kiss with his girl, and a quote unquote superhero who can run insanely fast literally runs right through this woman. And it happened so fast that all we see are like blood spots hitting this man's cheek, like as his girlfriend has just been, like, I don't even know, like she's misted. He just was a ball of blood.
Basically, like disintegrated at this point. Like, yes. And all that's there is just her freaking blood. And what was that, like her rib cage or something? Like part of her
Like
skeleton.
it looked like her jawbone.
Like
Yeah, like a piece
something.
of jawbone. Like she just poofed. And he looks down and he's just holding her hands.
Her hands
And, like-
and her hands alone, like nothing else.
And I think this was such a dumb death. I mean, it really set the tone of the show. But it
Yeah.
was so dumb because there were a million ways they could have killed this woman to anger this man for the entire plot of the series. But that was so unnecessarily heinous. That
would have done it. That's enough to do it right there. Like that's
so unnecessary.
That's traumatizing is it's not even the right word to use.
Like you are
It's
not
an
the same
understatement.
person. Yeah,
No.
you're gone.
That's
You
how
died
villains are
today.
made.
If
If he doesn't kill himself, that's literally how villains are made.
100%. Like they did not have to do him that dirty. First episode, like in the first season, where like episode 1 or 2,
Yeah,
did not. Ugh. What to watch though?
I so with that show, I think I stopped because I'm technically still in season 1, and I did not move past that one, to be quite honest with you, because there's so much fuck shit that happens in that show that it's like there was one scene, I'm not gonna give it away if you haven't seen it and you plan on seeing it. I'm not gonna give it away, but there was one scene on a plane that I was like, for whatever reason, that was the line for me, because I was like, oh no. And I was like, you know what? I don't know that I was not in the headspace to continue watching that show at that point. So I hadn't picked it up since, but I might get back to it because they're just popping out seasons at this point. So but yeah, that definitely was a memorable death. And it was pretty I'm not gonna lie, it was dumb the way it was dumb, but not in the way where it was just like, I don't know, like I feel like as far as the death is concerned, like you said, there's probably a million other ways that they could have done that, and that was just the absolute worst way. And I think the icing on the cake there was him holding her hands, like just not even processing or having processed fully what just happened. It definitely set the tone of the show, but yes, that one was wild. That was a wild one. But yeah, I don't as far as dumbest deaths go and in that round, I'm going to have to give it to Maude.
Maude took that one.
That's
why I saved this one.
Yeah.
I was like, this will be my loss. Because honestly, nothing beats Maude. That one was tough.
That one.
Death by T-shirt cannon. Like that's.
And it's like when you watch past that and you just keep watching, it's like, okay. Side note: I've been binge watching The Simpsons for quite a while now. Now that it's on Disney, so it's like as you're watching it, you kind of like the continuity is still there, but it's not as prevalent as most shows. So anytime you see Ned, or it's like a Ned story driven type of like episode or whatever, it is consistent with the fact that he's still trying to get over the death of Maude. And because of how she died, it still makes it so funny. Like it's like that moment still lives on through the fact that he's still grieving about it. Like it's I don't know, it's just that shit is too funny to me. So yeah.
Maude took that one. I humbly bow out. Like, honestly, I think I played my cards well and saved this clip for Maude, because I was like, that's a good one to lose on.
Yeah.
Nothing would beat that.
That was definitely that one was rough as hell. That fucking death was crazy.
Just gone.
Dude. So for my final dumbest TV death. Oh god. All right. Let me try to gain my composure here. But so this one was interesting to me because as I was looking for the deaths for this episode, I was just kind of skimming through a lot of it, and someone actually mentioned this one, and I never actually watched the show. Oh, they already knew where I was going with that. I never actually watched the show. Probably never going to watch the show, but this shit right here was hilarity. So, without further ado, let me full screen that. Here is.
Here we go.
Keep my shit together, man. Hold on. I feel like I could do better as far as this death is concerned, but yes, this is from L.A. Law. Dude, I don't know the character's name, and I mean, don't look. Y'all ain't gonna blame me for this one because I didn't grow up with L.A. Law, and I'm for damn sure not gonna go and watch it. Rosalind, yes, Rosalind Shays. This is Rosalind Shays' death from L.A. Law.
Live on ABC.
Here we go.
I think it's a mistake to just capitulate on the tax abatements.
Well, what's the point? Wasting the time of 6 attorneys? Fighting over a moot point?
It's not a moot point, Leland. It's a contingency. It's what every good lawyer plans for.
Rosalind, I'm sorry I can't marry you.
This isn't about that.
This is about that. For the past week, I've been getting nothing but resentment. You know that's true.
I don't resent you, Leland. If anything, maybe I resent myself.
For staying with a man who doesn't love you.
I really don't want to talk about it.
Oh my God! How? Why?
Oh my God. What the fuck, bro? When I saw that for the first time, like, seriously, when I.
How much did you know?
When I saw that it took me out. Like, it took me completely out. I can't even imagine having been a fan of this show and like literally just or not even realize, like, I didn't even expect that to happen as I'm watching the clip. And I know someone's about to die. I've completely lost track of that by the time she hopped on that elevator, and it just took my breath away. How stupid that death was.
Yeah, the first time I saw that one, it was the same thing. It was just like open mouth. Just
oh my God. Like, no, it was by far the worst death. That one absolutely earned its number one spot on my list. Hands
100%.
down. Hands down. Rosalind Shays, thank you for that death. Thank you so much.
Like the whole thing, ultra bang.
Just, oh my God, they did her dirty, bro. I don't know what she did. I don't know what that woman did to deserve that kind of death. Shonda Rhimes couldn't even write something that malicious. Like, that was bad.
Oh
that was
gosh. Bad. I mean, yeah, I got a show out there. You know, have you ever heard of the the 100? They did my boy like that because production didn't like him, so they killed him off in a truly heinous way. But that right there, you have to have been like cursing people's mothers to get thrown down an elevator shaft.
You had to have had that, like, you had to have had that Katherine Heigl ass, like,
right,
like reputation,
alleged attitude,
right? Yeah, like, because
Lee
that
and Michelle and it on set.
That is just so dirty. Like, can you imagine that table read? Like,
right.
And
everybody just
right. And Rosalind falls down the elevator shaft, never to be seen again. Insane.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
what? Talk about, wait, hold up. I'm fired? I'm fired like that? Y'all are literally giving me the shaft. That's hilarious. So
that's the classic.
That's number one. Also, I could tell when you're yawning because that character, that little whatever bear. But you know, it's funny because when we're talking about the death, you did it, and it was just like, oh, you're like in shock, right? I was like, no, she
probably was.
But
I probably was. I'm up here.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, back to my. All right. So my final death scene comes from a little show called King of the Hill. This is also one of Treyon's favorite episodes. And
of all time.
Yeah. And honestly, the whole episode is worth the watch to really get the gist. But just for the sake of this,
it's a two-parter as well. So definitely.
Yes, it is. All right, here we go.
And that was the source of her demise. For as Debbie climbed into that dumpster, her foot accidentally tripped the hammer on the gun.
I can't do this.
So that is just the clip. This scene is actually like 2 minutes long to really get the entire
gist
of what just happened.
Let's run it through. I don't care. Let's do it.
Yeah, I didn't know how much time I had here, so we'll go ahead and run this back. A minute. Where are we at? 250. So we'll do like a minute and a half. I don't know what we're allowed here. So we'll start. Let's start about 1:04. I think it was
in
1:10.
the meat locker. And once more, in the slop sink.
It was 1:10.
She had difficulty juggling the three items
We'll
as she
go
attempted
1:10.
to negotiate her security video.
All right.
According to the store's security videotape and a written deposition from a
That was
Mr.
the way she went limp leg.
Her big gulp and a 99-cent nacho plate. By buying them together, she saved 23 cents.
My God, that is one heck of a deal.
When Debbie returned to the dumpster, she saw Mr. Strickland's car and assumed he was still there. What she didn't know was that the Stricklands had already got together in Mrs. Strickland's car, having reconciled physically in a store.
I'm murdering tonight.
And again in the meat locker. And once more in the slop sink. She had difficulty juggling the three items as she attempted to negotiate her way back into the dumpster.
So many ways she could have done this.
Wouldn't let go of that junk food. And that was the source of her demise. For as Debbie climbed into that dumpster, her foot accidentally tripped the hammer on the gun. So, Debbie Grund's killer was Debbie Grund.
That right there.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know why, for whatever reason, I did not think about that death at all. Like I really could have put that on the list because again, like you said, it is like one of my favorite King of the Hill episodes, and I don't know how that just flew past me, man. Oh my God.
The junk food was the cause of her own demise.
She just would not let go of that junk food. Like, bruh, come on. And even if you weren't gonna do that, why not just sit the gun outside of the dumpster? The way she just carried all of that unnecessarily. Like the way that she did it was already just bad. But that was
into the store, bought her food, walked out across the street.
It's just the fact that her sole intent was to hide in the dumpster with junk food and a shotgun. Like, this, everything about that episode is so damn funny. Oh my God. Anyway, this one's a tough one. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This one's a tough one. Cause that elevator shaft, that takes me out instantly, almost as instantly as this one did. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think that's a draw.
I feel like a draw. We'll have to call that one a draw. Cause that shit, I can't even choose between the two, to be quite honest.
Are we tied?
So let me tally up the things here. So first round was you with the was American Horror Story.
Yes.
Second round was a draw. Third round was me with Maude and oh wait, no, there was 5 rounds, right?
Yeah.
You said that that was your honorable mention, right?
No, so I ended up doing 5. I didn't play my honorable mention. So I think you won. You won 2-1.
Okay.
Because round 1, I won. Round 2 was a draw. Round 3 was that 70s show, right?
Right. That I had Trevor, you had that 70s show. Who do we go with on that one? Did we decide on that one?
I think Trevor took it.
Trevor, okay. So I must have forgot to write that.
Yeah,
one
so
down.
you won with Trevor and Maude.
Yeah, okay. That was the one I think I forgot to write then. It was mods that I forgot to write. Trevor.
But while we're here,
yes.
I do have an honorable mention.
Alrighty. Let us see it.
The deaths that just didn't quite make it, but it was still worth it.
First of all, what you not about to do? Because that's you. She's playing all my favorite King of the Hill episodes, by the way. Because Mrs. Wakefield was like, that's on my list too.
Oh, Miss Wakefield, why?
Give me peace.
Oh, I can't see anything on my side.
You just let me be.
It's all black.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You see any of that?
No, I saw the subtitles, but I didn't see like the actual picture. Oh, you know what? Are you on Hulu?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Hulu is like blocking it off because of
man,
right? Assholes.
And I wanted that scene right there, so we're probably not going to get it.
No, I know which one. I know what scene it was. With the back of my hand, I know what scene it was. So she's crossed armed in that closet.
Yes.
Here you go. Oh, Mrs. Wakefield.
That is why I wanted that one, because for 2 seconds she was allegedly dead. She didn't stay dead. But for 2 seconds she was dead, and Hank believed it.
The whole episode is so funny to me because it's like it was probably one of the first times I was ever truly freaked out by an episode of King of the Hill.
Right.
And like
wanted to die in their home.
Like she wanted to die in their home because it was like her old childhood home. And they were so uncomfortable with that idea, they would not let her do it. And she just kept trying to sneak in that house and die. And like one night they were all out like shopping and left Bobby alone, and Bobby was just by himself, and she managed to sneak in there.
Please don't drag me down to the pits of hell.
And Bobby, you want a peppermint? Like the whole thing was just
that episode is just so like off key for King of the Hill, but it was perfect.
It was a great one. That is actually a perfect honorable mention. I will take that for sure. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite King of the Hill episodes ever. So yes, that was good. That was good. Hopefully you didn't hear any of that.
Yes.
You heard all of it?
I don't know. I heard a chuckle.
That wasn't a chuckle. My dad was in the background coughing for some reason. I don't think he realizes I'm up here recording. But anyway, yeah. So, but that was a good list. I feel like we had a solid list there for Dumbest TV deaths. I wouldn't have had it any other way. I definitely, I can't help but like I when I laugh, I have to cry for some reason. I don't know, my eyes. Maybe I have dry eyes. I don't know, but I definitely cried a few times there. So that was well worth the wait. I'm happy we did that episode
because that was a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh,
man, fucking King of the Hill, bro. I'm still stuck on that shit. I am. Anyway, so funny, but yeah. So that was good. I don't know that I have any honorable mentions, because I think that was all the ones that I really had. I don't think that. I think if we're gonna talk in terms of like, well, I wouldn't say that either. That doesn't say it in terms of dumb deaths that were actually kind of sad. You know what? No, I think I was gonna say Buffy's mom, but I felt like that was necessary, unfortunately. Not for Joyce, but for Buffy's character.
Preaching to the choir here. I really sat there staring at her lifeless body on the couch for 15 minutes. Like, should this go on my list?
Should this be included?
It was that'll be saddest TV death.
Yeah, we'll do another episode that's just saddest TV deaths, because if that's the case, don't even get me started. And we already know where half of those are gonna come from. So so yeah, we'll do that one one of these days. But I think this one was a solid one. Now, my question to you is, would you rather die by I can't do this. I was gonna say, would you rather die by a t-shirt cannon or falling down the elevator shaft?
Neither. Honestly, I don't know. I think I have an intense fear of falling, so I'd probably take t-shirt cannon.
But then you'd still be falling.
Well, I mean, they're both losses. Honestly,
They are both losses, because you're gonna die regardless. So that's
100%.
I think if I had to choose between the two, I don't know.
Which one hurts the least?
I feel like death by t-shirt cannon would hurt the least.
I think I would go with that one still too, because you just hit solid ground, whereas that elevator shaft, she probably like clapped around in there, hitting wall to wall.
Not to mention, there's no telling what floor she was actually on. So like, if she's at the top, right, and it's
50
like
floors, that's a much longer fall.
That's a much longer fall.
You have time to really plan your death.
And it's dark, and like you said, you're probably bumping around, hitting all sorts of things.
Oh God, that's brutal.
That's a
bit in a
brutal death.
blender with a dull blade.
Who? But the shock and unexpectedness of it all. That's like literally she did not see it coming. None of us saw it coming. That was disrespectful on so many levels, dude. It was disrespectful. You think about that. Just not even just to the actor, but to the character. That was so disrespectful.
Like that was really her demise. That was it.
That was it.
Turning this man down, I will not speak of it.
I'm not gonna talk about how you apparently don't love me. Like, and he's just like, oh, like, oh, we're not gonna talk about it, are we? Like, he's really being like, he was being a kind of a douche. So honestly, I don't even know what the context of that conversation was, but yeah, that was
the type of clip you watch, and then you turn it off, and you turn around and you talk to people, and you're like, life is precious, isn't it? Every moment is a gift.
It is.
You don't know what's gonna happen next.
It's one of those clips you really do appreciate the everything in life. You're like, you know what though? I actually woke up today, and I have a chance to not fall down an elevator shaft.
Right.
I have my family here. I have the air in my lungs. I get to see the sun.
I live in a small town. We don't have big buildings. No elevators here. Nice.
I'm single, so I'm not even really fighting with anybody over this. That honestly, that's hellish even on its own. The fact that I'm sitting up here debating with you whether or not you love me, and then that's the last conversation I ever have of my life.
Had to die with doubt.
That's horrible. So horrible, dude. I'm sorry. That's brutal. Damn, they did her dirty, dude. They really did her dirty. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, like I said, life is a gift. Any moment, anything can take you out.
Speedster, elevator shaft, t-shirt cannon, truck, another truck.
Stupidity. Yeah.
Your own stupidity on both ends. That Dawson and Derek had this, like Dawson's dad and Derek had the same death pretty much.
Truck, another truck.
Ice cream to the floor.
Right.
I don't know what the hell was going through his mind of all the times to be utterly stupid. That just had to be his demise. Damn.
Last but not least, do not teleport. Never know where you're gonna end up.
Never teleport. If I had the ability to teleport, I'd think real hard about how my powers work before I use them. Because there's no way you ain't never gonna catch me teleporting on something that could impale me. It's just not gonna happen. I'm like,
I'm going from one flower field to the next.
No, for sure. And that
My
was
luck,
the
I'd
thing.
get
It
there and
was
a
just
snake would be
like,
there or
how
something.
did her teleportation powers work? In the sense, it's like, how'd you not know that was where you were going to end up?
I think because like they have this power, but I think they were still like
What,
working on them,
learning how to use
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so it's like you envision where you want to go, but if you're not like in it, you might be off by a few feet or something. I don't know. Maybe she was trying to be on the other side of the gate and landed on the gate. I don't know. But I thought,
bro,
wow,
honestly, now that you
cool.
think, now that you say that, that's probably exactly where she was supposed to be. Like she was probably heading for the other side of the gate, so she'd be like, nah, you can't catch me, or whatever, and then ended up on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she get over here trying to cheat. Go on the other side of the gate.
Another honorable mention: how they did Gabourey. Like she made it through this season, only to get stuck in hell. Literally stuck in hell. So that season alone had so many dumb deaths. Now that I think about it, like I could have done a whole podcast on that season alone and how stupid so many of those deaths were. You know what her personal hell was? Frying chicken in a busy chicken joint.
What?
He was a fry cook in a busy chicken joint and never got a break.
Oh wow.
Her life before she went to the coven. That was her personal hell.
Wow.
Wow. Yep. The other one, working in a busy department store where people keep asking her questions she doesn't have the answer to.
That is actually a personal hell. That's a personal hell of mine for sure.
Literally, I was like, so it's good to know that the lives we live on Earth are literally hell.
For a lot of different people. And it's
Like,
so funny,
that had
like
me.
I know a lot of people like say that they enjoy their jobs and like their work situations or whatever. Like there are people who do enjoy what they do for work. And then there are still so many jobs out there, whether you love it or hate it, that really are just hellish. And it's like, why is it that something so disgustingly like bad is associated with work? You know what I mean? Like it's like you think work and it automatically gives you a sour taste in your mouth. And like sometimes even when it's something that I love to do, it's just like, oh, but then there's this and then there's that. And I think
it's because we're expected to do it. Like we don't, it's not a system designed for us. You know, if there are plenty of ways to have a job and work and contribute to your community and society. But when you tell me that I can't go use the bathroom, you know, because that cuts into this or that, like, then this is officially not me helping you. This feels like a slave trade.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a servant who is getting paid to go home and come back and do it again. You're literally paying me just enough to feed myself to come back to work for
just
you.
enough. And you're right. They're paying you just enough to, because if they were paying you, for instance, what you feel that you're worth, right? If they were really paying you that, then you wouldn't really need to work. You know what I mean? Like you would, it's like if they gave you the pay that if our heart's desire pay, if they gave us that, me specifically, if they gave me that, I would never have to work again a day in my life.
See, so you think you're worth way more. I think that's the thing. You think you are worth millions.
I think so, yeah.
But you still have to, I feel like it's a part of being just a member of society as a whole. You have to be willing to contribute and help others. And that is a part of the service, you know? So I feel like the work, like you think about it, like in the old days, like they were out here like farming, you know, hauling hay, like making bread to give to the community. Like essentially it was a service, but everyone was their own boss. So it was a little different. Whereas today, everybody works for somebody else because the bosses have taken this too far. And instead of having, you know, free enterprise and, you know, just like a monopoly, like, or I don't know, the opposite.
But it's like,
my mind went blank, you know, but it's like, yeah, they want to own it. You know, one person wants to own all of the shops. You know, they got greedy. They took away our choice to own our own success.
I can see what you mean by that. I feel like in reference to like, so yes, I do feel that I'm worth millions, but everyone should feel that about themselves. It's, you know, it's not a cocky thing. I think that yeah, if I'm being wholeheartedly honest, I feel like I am worth that much. And if you don't feel like you're worth that much, you need to feel like you're worth that much, because you are. Everyone is. I feel like we all have something to contribute to society, regardless of if it's a customer service or if it's a healthcare service or whatever. Even this is an entertainment service. You know what I mean? So you're contributing something to society. And who's to say that if I did get paid the thing that or the amount that I feel that I'm worth, that I wouldn't use that to service society? You know what I mean? Like, so it all boils down to, at the end of the day, just working for someone who doesn't see that value in you, or even feel that you're worth that much. And then also having divided amongst a bunch of other people who work there as well. And it's like, I don't know, something about that. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel
I think
about
it's just, again, it's the system as a whole. The fact
it's
that
all
you have
for
people
sure.
working,
Yeah.
The fact that you have people working for you and not with you. You know, like if I had, again, it goes back to the early days. Like the problem is that, you know, we've capitalized on other people's work, and that's the problem. Like if you start a business and you want to make shoes, right? And you hire 3 people to make shoes, you're paying them less than what you're making, right? But you guys are all essentially doing the same work, which becomes the problem. Now, if you took those 4 people and we split the pay evenly, you know, and it was like, okay, we're all getting paid the same, that it's a little different because we are all essentially our own bosses. You can choose to quit this job and forfeit your earnings. You can choose to stay and work with us. You have more choices in what you are allowed to do. Whereas, you know, I'm paying you 15 an hour and I make 35 an hour. Like I get to go home peacefully, happy, you know, feeding my family, enjoying my life. Whereas I guess in some places, I mean, the Southern Texas where no one lives 35 an hour, but you know, like you have $15, you got to go home to your roommates, you know, like it's not fair. It's not equitable, you know, like, yeah, you guys all make 15, so why should you get more? That may be fair, but it's not equitable. So until, you know, I get to go home to my mansion, even though I'm doing another job, I'm doing a crappier job, like honestly, that should warrant me making more because I'm doing the dirty work and you're just sitting on your butt telling me what to do, or even less, you just have your name on a piece of paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you are benefiting off of our work, and that is unfortunately the American dream, the American cycle.
It ain't the American dream. It's white America's dream for us. Let's just be real about
Literally.
it. But
and they don't even know that they are suffering as well, you know, like they don't even see that the system is not for them either. But you know, you try and mention that, you try and speak it. No, it's us being bitter. But
no, yeah, because not everyone's ready to have that conversation. So until they are, we're gonna have the conversation here and get out of my room. So yeah, but regardless, I don't even know how we got on that topic.
We're both very tired of working. You get me started on a conversation about work, and
that is facts right there, bro. I am so tired of working. So tired.
And that's the thing, like you said, like there's a difference between doing something you love and working. And sometimes like what you do, you just feel like you're working. You go to work, you pay me about 50% less when I'm working, you're gonna get 50% effort. You know, like, and at the end of the day, 50%, like I don't want much. I just want to live comfortably.
Yeah, I'm not asking for much. I just want to be able to, like you said, live. I want to live comfortably. I want to be able to I want to be able to enjoy not only what I do, but the life around me. Why is it that everyone else gets to go to brunch on a Wednesday morning or Wednesday at 11 p.m.?
The worst part is that it's not even like, you know, we can't even sit around blaming the bosses sometimes because they, you know, they're just a part of a system. Like how people get so mad at landlords. I'm like, honestly, you got to think they're just a part of a system that other people have created, you know.
Sure, yeah.
Like you would do the same. There's so many people who get pissed at landlords who would do the exact same thing if they were in that
that's because
position.
they have to have that's the person that they have physically to direct their anger to. That's all they can do is direct their anger to the person that's in front of them, not really caring about who that person has to answer to.
Exactly.
So
I always think about that. I mean, yeah, there are some who just really get over who don't need that. But you know, like face your anger at the people who need it. You know, they didn't do anything to you. Like, oh, they raised rent. Well, somebody probably raised their rent. You know, what are you gonna do? We're not talking developers here. We're talking people who have income property. Like,
I mean,
you want them to.
We're seeing inflation at work every single day.
Exactly.
So I mean, yeah, we all have to provide for ourselves, and there's a quality of life that we have to make sure that we maintain just to even survive. And so it's very easy in that moment to blame someone like the landlord or your boss or whatever, even though a lot of the time we know that all of that is coming from someone above them, and we can't control that any more than they can. So I mean, I totally understand that. I mean, of course, I've been the person to probably get mad at the boss or whatever. Now there are times where it's warranted.
It's warranted, 100%. You know, again, attitude is a big factor in this as well.
Oh, for sure. I think anytime if it is a situation where it's not something that person can control, then 9 times out of 10, I'm not really like mad at that person for doing their job. Like, I'm going to be like, I'm way more understanding than most people probably would be. But then you have to factor in attitude and everything else. And then we get in a little, because then it gets personal to me. You know what I mean? So then that's when we're like, okay, so this has nothing to do with that. It's just you. So, but that's a whole other story. That's a whole other situation. But yeah, work sucks. In conclusion, work fucking sucks. Yeah. But
I'd rather be doing what I loved all day.
Hell yeah. That's why I enjoy coming here and chilling in the room with J-Grizz. I always forget your name. I've probably changed your name like 3 times this entire episode. So
J-Grizz, J-Grizzle.
J-Grizzle, J-Grizz, J-Gristle. Grizzly J. I don't know. But yes, so Dumbest TV debts in the bag. That was solid.
Much needed.
It needed to be discussed. It did. Well, on that note, I am declared today's winner of the Dumbest TV debts. I brought what I could, to the game. I prepared, I prepped, I really searched, top to bottom to top for the best debts out there. So, yeah, next episode, we're gonna probably do something equally as interesting. That's all I got for you right now. Until then, yeah. Until then, let's see, what do I want to say? Oh, you can follow us at GOMR Pod on Instagram. You can follow me at Babe Ruthless 247 on Instagram. You can also follow me on Twitch under Easy Baked 93. And you can also talk to us anytime you want. If you have any interests that you want to discuss with us, have any questions for us, comments, concerns, eggs to toss, tomatoes to throw. If you need advice, I'd be more than willing to help. Whoever, me and my co-hosts, whoever that may be, will be willing to help. And yeah, if you have anything you just want to share with us, send it over to send it over to gomrpod@gmail.com. And you can leave your name anonymous. You can put a fake name, whatever, and we will possibly read your email here on the show. And I think that's everything for now. We're still working on like websites and other platforms for you guys to follow us on. So just keep a lookout for that. Follow the ones that we did mention here. And yeah, that's everything for me. Did you have anything, Grizzly?
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. It's nice being a bear for a day, you know. I kind of like this. Next time I come back, you might be seeing me again.
All right, I like that. I would love that actually. So that sounds like a plan to me. And with that said, thank you guys for joining another episode of Get Out of My Room. And you kind of already know where I'm going with this. Right behind me is the door. So, you know, get to stepping. Get out!